Most Muslims think zina means only one thing, but the Prophet, peace be upon him, said something that most Muslims sitting in the masjid right now have never fully heard. He said, the eyes commit zina, the ears commit zina, the tongue commits zina, the hands commit zina, the feet commit zina, the heart commits zina, and then the private parts either confirm all of it or deny it. Sahih Bukhari 6243. Every single part of your body has its own zina, and most of us are committing it every single day without realizing what we are doing. Zina of the eyes. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, the zina of the eyes is the gaze. Sahih Muslim 2657. Not the accidental glance, the intentional second look, the scroll that stops on something it knows it should not stop on. The look held a moment longer than it needed to be. In a world built around screens, most Muslims are committing zina of the eyes dozens of times a day. The phone alone has made this the most common form of zina in history. Every deliberate look at what Allah made forbidden, that is the gaze the Prophet warned about. Zina of the ear. The zina of the ears is listening to what Allah made haram. Music that awakens what should stay dormant. Conversations built on backbiting and slander. Content that feeds desire and weakens the heart. Your ears are a gate, and what enters through that gate reaches the heart. The Prophet, peace be upon him, did not leave the ears out of this hadith by accident. He named them because he knew what would come through them and what it would do to the believer who allowed it. Zina of the tongue. The zina of the tongue is speech. The message sent to someone it should not be sent to. The flirtatious word dressed up as a compliment. The conversation that starts as friendship and slowly becomes something else. Word by word, message by message. The tongue is the most dangerous limb in the body. The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, is there anything that throws people into the hellfire on their faces except the harvest of their tongues? Sunan at-Tirmidhi 2616. The tongue commits zina quietly, privately, and gradually, and most people do not notice until they are already deep inside it. Zina of the hands. The zina of the hands is the touch, the handshake that lingers, the contact that was not necessary, the reach towards something or someone that Allah placed a boundary around. The hands are the tools of action. When the eyes look, the ears listen, and the tongue speaks. The hands are what move next, and the Prophet named them specifically because the hands are where intention becomes deed. Zina of the feet. The zina of the feet is walking toward what is haram, the deliberate journey to a place you know will lead to sin, the route you take that passes by what you are trying to avoid, the visit you make to someone you have no business visiting alone. Your feet carry you toward things your heart has already decided. Zina of the feet means your body is already in motion toward haram before the final act happens. The Prophet, peace be upon him, named this because he understood how sin works. It does not arrive suddenly. It is walked toward step by step. Zina of the heart. This is the one that most people never talk about. The zina of the heart is desire and imagination, the fantasy entertained in private, the image revisited in the mind, the longing for what is forbidden, held and treasured in a place where no one can see. The heart is where all sin begins. Every gaze, every word, every step, they all start here first. And when the heart commits zina, it sends permission signals to every other limb. The eyes follow, the ears follow, the tongue follow, the hands and feet follow. Protecting the heart is not just a spiritual practice. It is the root protection for every other type of zina on this list. And then the private parts either confirm it all or deny it. This is how the Prophet, peace be upon him, ended the hadith. And it is the most important line. He did not say the private parts are the only zina that matter. He said they are the confirmation, the final step in a journey that started with a glance, moved through a sound, formed into words, reached with hands, walked with feet, and was fueled the entire way by a heart that was. Never protect. The person who guards their eyes, controls what their ears accept, watches every word of their tongue, keeps their hands from what is haram, directs their feet away from what leads to sin, and cleanses their heart from forbidden. Desire. That person's private parts will have nothing to confirm, and the person who ignores 6 of the 7 and then asks Allah to protect only the last one is fighting a war from the wrong end.